Hey y'all, it's your girl Chef Erin, aka Chef E. Today we will be making a summer tomato Napoleon salad. We will be making a homemade rice pilaf. We will also be doing a sweet black pepper chicken and sauteed green beans. And to finish it off, we're gonna do cheesecake tartlets topped with blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. Come on, let's get cooking. So what we have here is our arugula. Arugula is gonna be the base of our salad. And then we're gonna go on ahead and mix in some of these fresh tomatoes. I'm gonna slice these up. And then I'm also have a special treat, which makes this the summer Napoleon salad, is that we're gonna mix in gooseberries. And for many people that don't know, gooseberries and tomatoes are in the same family, and tomatoes are actually a fruit. So let's get jumping. This is one of my favorite salads, y'all, because there's really not much to it, but it packs a lot of flavor and a lot of punch. And it's just beautiful. It plates up very well. So let's get this going. So I started cooking, y'all. My mother could throw down. She could burn in those pots. And I used to sit on our kitchen freezer. And I'd be like, Mommy, what you doing that for? And she would just explain to me while she's cooking and while it tastes so good. Alrighty, we're just gonna get some more of these chopped up. And you wanna use pretty much the entire package of tomatoes. And the reason being is this is a large salad and it's going to feed as many people, at least a good 10 people. So we wanna go ahead and get this nicely chopped up. Do some more of these. I actually picked this dish up from a cookbook, and it was in one of my summer cookbooks, and I was like, well, let me try it. It really looks good. And when I actually made it, and, you know, you kind of put your own stank on it and you do your own thing. I was really impressed by how it came out and the sweetness and the tartness of this particular salad. It really is a summer salad. You want to have tomatoes that are vine ripened. You want them to be in season so that you get that nice sweetness from the tomato, the tartness from the gooseberry, and then the honey balsamic dressing, as well as the balsamic glaze, all kind of comes together when you have a little bite of onion as well. So, you know, I'm originally from Mass, but your girl went to school in Virginia. My parents, my mom is originally from North Carolina, so my Southern cuisine is on point. I just love cooking. It's been something that has been one of my go-to things since I was a kid, and it really just kind of calms the nerves, and, you know, I like whipping up new stuff for folks to eat. Hey y'all, we're back, and while we had a little bit of free time, I started getting these things prepped up. Now let's assemble our salad. We're gonna take our sliced baby heirloom tomatoes, and we're gonna combine them with our gooseberries. The gooseberries are the bomb, y'all. They are so tart. And we're gonna take our onions and kind of break those up. And we just wanna combine this, and then we're gonna actually top it with our honey balsamic vinaigrette. Let's get this together, y'all. And this salad is so refreshing. It's so good. Now, this is one of those things, if you like making your own salad dressing, you can go ahead. You can take a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of balsamic, a little red wine vinegar, and kind of, you know, do your own thing. But I also want you to know there is nothing wrong with using a little bit of store-bought. It saves time, but it also allows you to have healthier meal options as well. Everything doesn't have to be from scratch. We're gonna just go ahead and put this on, and we're gonna toss this together. You don't want it overly drenched. That's why we're not putting it on the arugula. It would weigh it down. So we're just going to put it on top of the tomatoes, gooseberries, and the onions, and allow that to kind of come together. I'm gonna actually use my tongs and kind of just mix it together and fold it in. And we just want just enough dressing. I think we need a little bit more, but it's not meant to be weighed down at all. Let's put this down, get a little bit more in here. All right, and now I'm gonna just bring this over to me. Move some of these items out of the way. Get this tossed up. All right, now. Just spread these kind of just like so. But you just want to get this on top here. And just look at all the colors in this. This is definitely a crowd pleaser. If you like salad, this is something that just tastes awesome. And I can't wait to dig in once this is all set up, done. Everything is done. All right, y'all. We are almost there with the salad. And here is our Summer Napoleon Tomato Salad. Y'all, this thing smells so good. I am going to top it off with a little bit of balsamic glaze. All right, and we just want to put a little bit of drizzle on this, not too much. And look at that. Come on, you know your girl puts her foot in this salad right here. It smells amazing. And we're just gonna set this right here and we'll be right back. Hey y'all, your girl is back and we're about to do my Smack Your Mama Rice Pilaf. This is a dish that I actually got from a friend who got a recipe from a Colombian friend, and I just kind of warped it and changed it a little bit to make it my own. So what we have here right now, we have fresh parsley. I had to make my own sofrito. This is the base of everything. It gives you the most flavor. It has onions and peppers that have been pureed, a little olive oil, a little oregano, some adobo seasoning. So that's what gives it its rich, packful punch. We have some minced garlic here. We also have some complete seasoning, tropical complete seasoning. We have here a little bit of Mrs. Dash. This gives a little bit of extra flavor because I'm actually missing one of my other ingredients, and this one gives you all the flavor but with no salt. So this is also for my individuals that have, you know, cardiac issues. This seasoning right here, and all of these seasonings for the most part come in low sodium or reduced sodium. Right here we have our onion powder and garlic powder. And this is my special Sazon. This is the Sazon in the white package, as well as the Goya vegetable and salad seasoning. This is a dish that is vegetarian if you would like. I am gonna put some butter in it later on, but you don't have to put butter in it if you're vegan. This can be a vegan dish where you can just substitute a little bit more oil when we're sauteing the rice. Come on, let's get popping. Hey y'all, we're back. Now we're about to get started assembling this rice. So the first step that you want to do is to pour your oil into the pot. Let that heat up a little bit, and you're gonna move with your dry ingredients. You wanna saute those dry ingredients, get them coated with all of the seasonings before we start to saute the vermicelli pasta, as well as the long grain rice. This particular rice dish, you do not want to use a parboiled rice. You want to use more of a long grain or a medium grain rice. It structurally holds up a little bit better. I prefer Brazilian rice. It's a little more singular and it doesn't get as sticky as some of the other rices, but parboiled rice will definitely become too mushy on you. So you do want to avoid that. Now we just want to dump in all of our dry ingredients. This is my complete seasoning. This is my Mrs. Dash. This is my Goya seasoning. It's a Sazon. It's the one in the white packet, as well as, dump that one in. This is the Goya vegetable and salad seasoning. We want to dump that in. We want to dump in, this is a mixture of onion powder and garlic powder. And yes, do not use onion salt or garlic salt. It will make your dish too salty. You definitely want to go with your powders. And then we're going to just throw in 2 or 3 bay leaves. And then you just want to saute this up. Let this oil get nice and hot. We're going to turn it up. You want to saute the rice so it should kind of fry a little bit before we start to add in our chicken broth. And that's what's inside this jug right here is our chicken broth. Now we want to dump in our toasted vermicelli noodles. These are the pre-cut. This is a fideo pasta, which is like cut thin spaghetti or vermicelli or angel hair. You want to dry roast it first. It will cut down on some of your cooking time. And so for my audience at home, this is an awesome dish. It reheats well. It really does smack you in the face when you eat it, and you're gonna want more. You can also add things like meat to this rice, cut up vegetables to this rice, and it transforms it into something completely different, a one-pot meal. It's really an awesome dish to have. Now we wanna go in and we wanna add our homemade sofrito. Y'all don't know what y'all missing. It's stinking up in here. It smells real good, guys. We want to add, last of our wet ingredients is our minced garlic. You want to saute this up as well. Now, typically, you can rinse your rice. I normally do rinse my rice, but today, not everyone does that. So we're just going to go ahead and dump this right inside the pot. And we just want to continue to stir this until the rice has been sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes. So you just want to continue to mix well. This is 2 cups of rice, guys. So I may not have said that in the beginning, but 2 cups of rice will feed about 8 to 10 people, just as the salad feeds about 8 to 10 people. You just want to keep combining this, mixing it. Make sure that your rice doesn't burn on the back end. You can always adjust your temperature. If you're cooking with an electric stove, you just want to be careful. The moment you see that your oil is really bubbling, start to turn it down, because there's an adjustment time differential versus with gas. All right. Starting to look like something, y'all. It's starting to look real good in here. So just keep sauteing it. I'm actually gonna get my measuring cup and start to measure out. This is 2 cups of rice, so you wanna do 3 cups of liquid. I have my chicken broth here, and that's what I'm gonna use instead of water. It has a lot more flavor. You can also do reduced sodium or salt-free if you want to reduce the sodium on that. Make sure that you, again, do low sodium or salt-free if you need to reduce the sodium on your food. Let me get my measuring cups, guys. We're back, y'all. We're about to dump in this chicken broth and really bring this rice together. So we want to measure out here. We want to measure out and make sure that we're putting 3 cups of liquid in here. And you want to keep your rice on high heat and bring it back to a boil before we turn it down and let it simmer. So this is cup 1, this is cup 2, and this is cup 3. Now you just want to remix it. Anything that's sticking to the bottom, you just want to do your best to try and lift it up. This smells amazing. What we're going to do now is allow this to come to a boil with the lid on. And then once we hear it kind of rapidly boiling, we're gonna turn it down and leave it. Don't touch it, mind your business, for 20 minutes. And then we're gonna take the lid off. And the reason why you do that is because you keep the steam trapped in, and that's what helps cook the rice throughout and fully. All right, y'all, let me put the lid on this, and we're gonna get going on our chicken. We're back, y'all. Now let's take a look at this rice. This rice should be done. Oh, y'all, come on now. Come on now. Look at this rice. It is all done. We're gonna go ahead. I've already turned it off and kind of let it do its thing. We're gonna put the top on that. Now we're gonna get started on the green beans. What you wanna do is just a quick pour your olive oil. This frying pan has been heated for a couple of minutes just to get the heat on it. And we're just gonna put a quick char on the green beans, and then we're gonna cool it back down by adding some chicken broth, some garlic, and the rest of the seasonings. So let's go ahead and get this olive oil in. You see how it's nice and hot. This oil is nice and popping right now. Now let's get these green beans in. That's the sizzle that you want to start to hear with these green beans. You don't want to overcrowd your pan, y'all. So I have a little bit left extra. We're just going to put this over to the side, and we just want to get them tossed and coated. You want to make sure that they all have a little bit of that olive oil on them. Get these nice and sauteed. So now I'm going to take just this minced garlic, and we're just going to pour, and I took a little bit of the juice. This is jarred garlic, but you can do fresh. You can do whatever you like for this particular dish. Now we want to go ahead and take our Goya salad and vegetable seasoning and go ahead and put that on, along with our Mrs. Dash. This is salt-free, so the sodium in the vegetable and salad seasoning is pretty much all that you need, other than when we pour in the chicken broth. Just sprinkle this on, and you just want to get these tossed up and the seasonings well incorporated. And y'all know this isn't southern green beans. There's other ways to do your vegetables. This is just a quick way that if you want to have a nice pop of flavor and just some nice seasonings on it, but you're not overcooking the green bean where pretty much all of the nutrients are in water or have been pulled out of the green bean. So that's the only thing about when you overcook your veggies and they get a little bit too tender, you lose some of the nutrients out of them. Now, you just want to deglaze the pan a little bit with some chicken stock or chicken broth. And voila, we're going to let these come back up, and they're just going to saute just for a little while longer, come together for about 5 to 10 minutes on low. So let's get this turned down. There we go. And we'll check on those in a little bit. Now we're going to get started on our chicken. I have some chicken thighs here, guys. They've already been rinsed and dried off. And now what we want to do is go ahead and cut them into larger size medallions. And then we're going to put them back in the bowl and season them up. So these are boneless, skinless thighs. If you would like, you can trim them down even more. These are pretty trimmed and have very little fat on it. I would say leave a little bit because you want your meat to have a little bit of juice. This is going to go in the oven, and so you don't want it to be completely with no fat on it. All right, so let's just get these cut up into large pieces. Now, y'all know I'm a person of color. Black folks, we like to wash our chicken with lemon and lime. I do have some lemon and lime here. This was pre-done, so it's already been washed and rinsed. But I already know people gonna be in the comments talking about how you ain't wash your chicken. We did it ahead of time. All right, let's get these last couple of thigh pieces cut up. Now we want to put them back in the bowl and then get them seasoned up. I'm going to wash my hands. So what we have here, we have our onion powder. We have our garlic powder. We have a sazon and a rotisserie chicken seasoning. That's where the darker red comes in. We have our garlic. One was onion powder, one was garlic powder. And this is our sazon. Now let's get this all the way tossed up. Now your chicken, if your chicken don't look like this with the seasonings, you ain't doing enough. Your chicken should be nice and coated, nice and seasoned, and have a nice bright orange hue to it. All right, that's the mark of the sazon. That's when you know it's really ready to be cooked. We also are going to be using a commercial grade marinade on this chicken. People make you feel bad for it. Don't. You can do it from scratch or you can buy a commercial grade one. I bought a commercial grade. This particular brand is super awesome. It's not overly salty, and we just want to go ahead and put that on. Now, typically, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I typically let my seasoning sit on my chicken for about 20 minutes to a half an hour, bare minimum, before I put a marinade on, because what will happen is you'll rinse the marinade, you'll rinse off the seasonings by just dumping the marinade on. But since it's sitting in here and, you know, this is TV. We got one already prepped and ready for you that's gonna go in the oven. But this is what it should look like, guys, right here. It should look like this, and this should sit for at least 2 hours if you have the time. That's what really gets the seasonings and the marinade inside the chicken. And now we wanna just go ahead, sit this right here. And I have this one that is already seasoned and has already been marinating for hours, guys. We're gonna go ahead, put this sucker in the oven, and we're about to be eating in a few minutes. Hey y'all, we're back. We're about to check on these green beans and start getting this chicken plated and in the pan. So let me just take a second. And the green beans look awesome, guys. They still have a little snap to them. You get to see the garlic. Boom, we're gonna just let these continue to cook for a few more minutes. I'm gonna get some of these items out of the way. And now we're gonna start plating up these chicken. Let me just clean off my station, y'all. Now this is the chicken that we just prepared. I have some that is already ready to go in the pan. And what we're gonna do is just take a regular casserole dish. We're gonna spray it. And now we just want to place our chicken medallions right inside the pan. Now, this is an awesome dish. You can turn these and cut them just a little smaller and turn them into summer kebabs. You don't have to do this on the stove or in the oven. It really does translate well. And because chicken thighs are full of moisture, you don't have to worry about cooking these on the grill and them drying out. So let's get these in the pan. You don't want to overcrowd your pan either. You want to make sure that you have enough space in between the chicken where it cooks evenly. Yes, and it smells awesome. And this doesn't take long either. This doesn't take long either because this is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. It should cook up in about 30 minutes. Or until you've checked with a thermometer. And as long as it has an internal temp of 155, you know that your chicken is done. We can't fit any more in this particular pan, guys, so I'm gonna pop this in the oven. Set your cook time to 30 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven, and you should be all set. These should be done in just a little while. I'm gonna check on these green beans. And the green beans are done. So let's get these turned off. Our rice is done. Our green beans are done. We're waiting for the chicken to finish up. We're gonna plate that up. And in our next segment, we're gonna get started on our dessert. Hey guys, we're back and we are about to plate up our lovely dessert. This is a quickie dessert that anybody can do. These are puff pastry shells that are already cooked, and I've used no-bake cheesecake filling that is store-bought. You can either do your own cream cheese filling with fresh cream cheese, a little vanilla, a little brown sugar, or you can buy the quick cheat sheet version like I got. So I've already put the filling in a piping bag, and what we're gonna do is just fill these cups up and then garnish them with some berries and some edible flowers. You wanna use your star tip. The star tip gives it a beautiful decorative little top. You wanna go ahead and pipe these in, put a little star on the top, boom. And these are delicious, guys. And I have a caramel drizzle that's gonna go right on top. And this is a time saver. Look, no bake, and it's about to look like you got it from a Parisian chef. Just pipe this in just like so. And this is a good dessert when you're running late on time and your guests are pretty much on their way. You can just put these together and the filling is already pre-made. You just scoop, put inside of a piping bag, and that's it. We're gonna go ahead and finish these last two up. All right, and then you just wanna take a berry, pop it here, and you can switch it up. Take one of these and take a strawberry, a raspberry, and a blackberry. All right, guys, and just, you see how this just comes together really quickly. We just alternate how we want to decorate them. And however way you freak it, it's fine. This is your show and your dessert. And you just want to keep repeating this same pattern. All right, y'all, and these desserts are pretty much done. We're just gonna take a little bit of the caramel drizzle. Let me move this over and just like so. These bad boys are ready to eat. And we're gonna just take some edible flowers and garnish the corners. And this is a plate that is ready for your guests to throw down. All right, guys. And this is the final product. I think I'm gonna have me one. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, yes. This is what I'm talking about, a quick, easy dish and cheesecake tartlets. We are back, y'all. Everything is ready and we're about to plate up this meal. So let's get the rice down. We just want to kind of fluff this back up and just get this plated up. All right. This is my special rice pilaf. It never disappoints. Okay. We want to go ahead and put some of this chicken right here on top, like so. And then we just want to take some of the green beans and just put it right around. And look at this, y'all. Come on now. Come on now. I know. This is a summer dish that is hearty but light at the same time. Everything from having the boneless, skinless chicken thighs to having the rice pilaf and the fresh green beans. We're talking about a dish that is low calorically but high in flavor. All right, y'all. Got these green beans around. We're gonna go ahead and take some of this parsley and garnish this up. This is our rice pilaf, our fresh green beans, and our sweet black pepper chicken. Hey y'all, we have finished our dishes today. We made our Summer Tomato Napoleon Salad. We've made our homemade rice pilaf, our sweet black pepper chicken medallions, as well as our fresh sauteed green beans. And we have finished off with a little something sweet, our little cheesecake tartlets that have been topped with fresh berries and edible flowers. Listen, you can check your girl out on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook under the name Made at Home with Erin. And until next time, we burning. I'll see you later.